All right, this is a little spooky. Watch this, then we'll talk.
Hey y'all, listen, I just had something so scary just happen to me. I got a FaceTime call from my daughter's phone, and it was my daughter. And she was like, hey mommy, I'm sick. Can you open the door? Mind you, my daughter is in school right now. I take her to school, I pick her up. They said, she said, can you open the door? And I'm like, can I open the door? How did you get home? Or whatever. And she was like, oh, my friend brought me home. And I'm like, what friend? So I'm like, hold on. I get my other phone, look at my camera on my phone. Nobody was there. So I said, what school you go to? And she was like, why are you asking me all these crazy questions? Can you just open the door? No, what school do you go to? I said, are you in danger? No, I'm not in danger. So I said, what did we have for dinner last night? Oh my God, Mama, I don't remember. Oh my God, I don't remember. How many siblings you got? Why are you asking me all these questions? Just open the door for me, please. I hung up. So then when I went to my phone to go look back at my phone to like call her or whatever, text her because she's in school or whatever, her number is not there. Like she called, like it's not, you know how you have it in your call log and it says, this person FaceTime you or whatever. It's not there. I called the school because I text her, but I called the school. I'm like, hey, I need to know what Jaden is. I need to check on her, tell her to call me ASAP or whatever. So they get her. She comes to the office. I said, did you just FaceTime me? She said, no, I'm in school. You guys, I don't know how in the world this happened. I don't know how. It freaked me out so bad. So bad. I don't know. She said she did not call me. It wasn't her. I knew it wasn't her, but had everything on like it was her. Or whatever, like a real FaceTime call. I don't know how this is happening. This freaks me out so bad or whatever. I just called an emergency number to try to get a police report or whatever. I don't know, but something gotta happen. So I just want to come here and let y'all know, please be careful. I don't know how they doing this. That people saying it's AI. I don't know, but that is so scary. So please be careful. I'm waiting on the police now to come because I'm gonna make a report. I don't know if they'll be able to.
Yeah, so that didn't make me feel good. So I have a friend, very dear friend here, and he works in cybersecurity. And he has been talking for a while. Also, let's not get crazy, y'all. Like, yes, I'm talking to a man, but also he's gay. Wonderful man, very safe. He works in cybersecurity. And he has been warning me for a while. Shayna, we are about to see levels of fraud that are unprecedented. He's been saying that, dare I say, since I met him last year. Last year? How long have I known this man? Yeah, I want to say last year. It's not that I didn't believe him. It's literally his job to be able to predict these kinds of things. This is still a lot. And there's so much further. There's depths of evil that we haven't even seen yet. Why am I bringing this up? One, we need to be talking to our parents. Parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles. We need to be talking to them about, like I think about my grandpa. Thank God they took his phone away from him. But for a while, we didn't realize that Papa was out here just giving money away to folks on the phone because they said nice things and said, oh, you're such a nice man, Mr. Robinson. Thank you, whatever. And he was like, oh, I'm such a nice man. What are you selling? I'm just so happy that they didn't get robbed blind. They're more than fine now, but it was a concern for a while. And, they're fine now. But I think about my aunts, I think about my uncles, I think about my mom. They are not like, my mom is Gen X. Some people's parents are boomers. A lot of people's grandparents are boomers, or part of the silent generation, those that are still around. We need to be talking to them about deepfakes, about just how real these things are. In the very least, show them this video. Show them this video and then have them ask you questions. You don't need to have all the answers, but at least have them start asking you questions. And within that, having a plan. Having a plan to at least talk about, okay, if something like this were to happen, if you get a call from a version of me that makes you go, what are some questions that we can ask? What are some, like, you don't have to ask me right now. But what are some memories that we share? What's some information that you know about me specifically that I can answer in real time? You can ask me those questions when you're on the phone with me, and I'll answer them and I will not feel bad. But these kinds of conversations do need to be had, and these kinds of questions do need to be thought about. The mom asking those questions, checking her other phone, all of that, very smart, very wise. This also further reiterates our need to know our community. Because, you could tell people, hey, look into this. Hey, make sure that you, ask the right questions. But what if they don't know you? And what if you don't know them? You don't have to have the longest history with them. You don't have to know everything about them, but are there some things, some experiences that you both share? Are there experiences that you both have been through together? Do they know you and do you know them? And also, while we're on this topic, as we think about, I'll see if I could tag it right up there wherever it is. It was a very, I remember that video, that very popular video from a while ago. There was a series of videos like this where interviewers went around asking dads basic questions about their kids. Like, what's your daughter that's standing right next to you? Hey, close your eyes for a second, kid. What's her eye color? Hey, does your kid have any allergies? Hey, how old are your kids? When was their birthday? And they got all of the answers wrong, including when it comes to, oh, when is your child's birthday? And he's like, I don't know. And the kid was like, it was yesterday. Dad's like, oh no, my kid doesn't have any allergies. The kid is like, I'm deathly allergic to penicillin. And then the dad got his daughter's eye color wrong. And then the list just kept going on and on and on. You remember those videos? I bring up those videos because you might want to talk to your dad. Really talk to your dad. You might want to talk to your brothers. You might want to talk to some men. I'm sorry. It's more for like a safety thing at this point, because if they just start giving information away, opening doors up to kids that they think that they know that they might be the father of, because they're like, oh yeah, my daughter, Abigail, Louise, Alberta, close enough, get inside, kid. You might want to, you're married, you're going to want to talk to your husband. Hey, so real talk. Do you know who our children are? Hey, real talk. What do you know about me? What, real talk. Hey, because when I get on here and many other creators get on here saying, hey, that man in your house is a liability. It's not just the mass rape. It's not just the mass assault. It's not just the murder. It's not just all of that. It's things like this too, especially as we enter into this new age, this new very scary age of technology that we are speeding, bulleting on the back of Apollo's chariot flying into. There are new lows that they can take us because they're just tee-heeing their way through, and you think that they know you, and really they could not tell you apart from a bucket of paint and Paula Abdul. No shade to Paula Abdul. I hope she's doing great. I'm just saying that man might not know you. But on a very serious note, please go make a plan. This video's almost done. In fact, you could end it right now. Please go talk to somebody about this. Make a plan. Talk about this. Please. Okay, bye.